Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. After the completion of the arrhythmias, we are going to start with the drugs. Anti-arrhythmic drugs are those drugs which suppress or prevent the abnormal impulse formation and conduction. We have already done that abnormal impulse formation is one thing and abnormal impulse conduction is another thing. So these drugs will suppress and prevent the both of them, that is the abnormal impulse formation or abnormal impulse conduction. On the basis of their mechanism of action, we divide them into three, that is the sodium channel blockers, potassium channel blockers and beta adrenergic blockers. Sodium channel blockers are those that will block the sodium channels and reduce the abnormal automaticity. Ultimately it means they have suppressing the abnormal impulse formation. Next is they slow the conduction of the impulse. That means the impulse which are going to be increase in their conduction in case of arrhythmia is going to be slowed down by the sodium channel blockers. Potassium channel blockers are those ultimately those drugs that will block the potassium channel. They will prolong the repolarization. Repolarization is that because at this stage when the potassium channels are open, the stage of the action potential is the repolarization, and as well as ultimately they will prolong the action potential. Next is they increase the refractory period of the cardiac tissues. Refractory period, as we all know, that the period at which no action potential could be generated. So they increase that refractory period of the cardiac tissue to prevent the next action potential to generate or to reduce the arrhythmia or to anti-arrhythmic effect. Beta adrenergic blockers that decrease the sympathetic stimulation of the cardiac tissues automaticity. Cardiac tissues automaticity, because whenever the cardiac tissues are going to be sympathetically stimulated, their heart rate will be increased. They are quickly they are going to be automatized and their conduction velocities increase. When they are decreased, ultimately the decreased sympathetic stimulation of cardiac tissues leads to their decreased automaticity and decreased conduction velocity. Now on the basis of their the scientist Vaughan Williams divide this all of these drugs of the antiarrhythmics into 4 different classes and other on the basis of their different mechanism of action. So sodium channel blockers, they keep them in one class, class 1, beta blockers class 2, potassium channel blockers class 3 and calcium channel blockers class 4, and other is the adenosine and amiodarone. Acha, before start of the detail of these drugs, a little bit revision about this, that in the essay note, as I told you, the sodium channel blockers, they will block the reduce abnormal automaticity and the abnormal impulse formation. This is the essay note in which I told you there is the sodium channels will be their resting membrane potential is about -60. They will be automatized and they are leading to their calcium channels to open 0 phase, and then repolarization, that is potassium channels efflux. This is not influx, but this is efflux. This is efflux of the potassium channel leading to phase 3, and they are pacemakers. So ultimately they will be slow sodium channel entry, and they again calcium channel and this. And in the ventricle there is resting membrane potential is -90, and this is phase 4. This is due to the potassium efflux, but as the sodium channel influx start, they leads to phase 0, then phase 1 due to the potassium efflux and calcium influx, and the phase 2 and then phase 3, the potassium efflux quickly they will lead to the repolarization. So this is repolarization stage, this is depolarization stage, this is plateau stage, and this is forced. Keep in mind all these normal stages, then it will be easy for you to understand about the mechanism of action of the anti-arrhythmic drugs. Thank you very much.